You're listening to Ego and Vice, Ottawa's original and longest-running independent music podcast.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.
Born and raised in South Bay, lower class punk ass, I was Northwood grade. I had it made. Spent my nights drinking with my mates. Just a short bus ride up to PA. Red River Red. Then I hit the wall and I knew I had to bounce. They still say that 19 years ago. Well, I got the hell out. From time to time you may see me hanging around. Now I feel like a stranger in this town. Crocs and rolls is where I learned to play. Westwood Tavern's where I learned.
Hey, it's Mike. Welcome back to Ego and Vice. Yes, this is episode 166, and I'm happy to be back on the original show. I've been working hard for a little while getting South Hood Stereo and Southie Stories up and running, both well into episodes now. I think episode 3 for each is coming up. And yeah, what a great break from the regular everyday Ego and Vice. Max and Vic, awesome co-hosts, awesome people. The charisma, uncharted. Anyway, but the original Ego and Vice will always keep trotting on, and that's the whole. That's the horse and cart, cart and horse, horse and cart. There you go. Anyway, that's the horse and buggy that got me up this rocky trail to where I am now. So, giddy up. Anyway, today on the podcast, I have Chris Hawkeye. He is the lead singer and guitar player for local Ottawa punk band The Infectors. Chris has a long history in the Ottawa music scene, and we have this weird kind of story how we've been doing the same thing for as long as we have, 20 years or something like that, and we recently kind of just met. We've known people that we do things with, but we never really kind of bumped into each other. That we knew of, I suppose. But hey, we both used to drink a lot, so who knows? We may have had long conversations that we've forgotten. Life's a funny thing. Anyway, I met Chris at a recent show that Goat had at the Dom. We both opened for the Penske File, the Infectors, and Goat, opened for the Penske File. And he walked up to me and he said, "Hey, my name's Hawkeye." And I said, "Okay." He's like, "No, that's my actual name. My first name's Chris. My last name's Hawkeye. So my friends just call me Hawkeye." And I said, "No problem, Hawkeye." But it's true. It's like, what a great way to break the ice, you know? He leaves a lasting first impression, that's for sure. So we kept in touch after that show, and I said, come on into Southwood Studio, sit down for Ego and Vice, and let's have a nice conversation. And we did. It was great. So I'm going to play a song by The Infectors, and then I'm going to come back with Hawkeye. This is Ego and Vice.
Concrete and darkened concrete halls, forgotten part of town with shell fires on the walls. If it's places like these that you'll find yourself wrong, well, come on in, get in, just make yourself at home. Do you hate the world? Reject it, reject it. Have you found a place you love? Accept it, accept it. Come and join us, come and join us. Get infected, get infected. Come and join us. Join us, get infected, get infected. I
Hi, this is Stephanie from Those Who, and you're listening to the Ego and Vice podcast.
Hey, we're back. This is Ego and Vice. This is episode 166. As promised in the intro, I am sitting here in the lovely confines that is South Hood Studio with the one, the only, Mr. Chris Hawkeye.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you doing, man?
I'm good. It's getting colder. The winter is my time. It's my season. It's where I can stay inside and not feel guilty about not going out because it's cold.
I hear that.
But I watch the snow accumulate, and I just look at all the webcams from my snowboard hills.
Nice.
And everything's right with the world.
Yeah, I am a construction contractor, so sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. My site I'm losing right now because all the windows are still open, so we're basically just working outside all day. It's cold, and so when I get home, I love not being outside. It's great.
Yeah. Summer. I love summertime too, but I do. I feel guilty if I stay inside when it's beautiful out.
I'm the same way. Yeah, it's like a nice day. I have to force myself outside because I'm wasting this, man.
Yeah, but sometimes I just don't want. Sometimes I'll burn out.
Yeah.
So wintertime when I'll go out and do my things. And then when it's like today, windy and cold, I just sit on this couch right where I am right now and I don't think about it. I don't worry about it.
That's the way.
Here's my outlook on Canada. It's like half the year is winter unless you find some way to enjoy it because you know it's coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're just going to be kind of miserable for half the year. And I think that's kind of a waste.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. And I had to find like indoor like hobbies and activities, like other than music, obviously, like, writing songs and all that. But I can only do that for so long before I start to feel burnout or like I don't like to force things because then I find you're not getting like an authentic, lyric or whatever part of the song, right? So like I do like nerd stuff. Like I have like model soldiers I'll build or like I don't know, just sometimes just watch movies, simple stuff like that. But yeah, I just try to find stuff to do in the winter because, it gets pretty depressing otherwise.
I think everybody needs some sort of hobby, regardless. This podcast, it started as a hobby. I guess it's still kind of a hobby.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I think most bands and local bands start as hobbies, right? Like that's where
right.
I came from. Like I didn't think I'd be playing shows downtown or some of the big bands I've played with. It's crazy, man.
We're gonna get to all that. When I first met you, we haven't known each other for too long, and we had mentioned it's amazing that we've been around as long as we have, and we've never bumped into each other.
This fucking haunts me, man. Like it's so weird, especially because you've been here since 2011
in Ottawa.
In Ottawa,
no,
yeah.
Since like '98.
What? You've been here since '98, but so was it the band that started around like?
I've been playing in bands in Ottawa since about 2000.
This makes even less sense then because I've been playing I think since like 03, 04.
Yeah.
And it just by sheer chance we should have played together.
It is very strange. And maybe when we dive back into where you've been through, we'll find some sort of, I just fucking missed you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, probably. Yeah.
That was you? I remember the back of your head.
That's what I'm thinking is maybe, there are large swaths of my life that I don't fully remember, so that's very possible.
Sure. So the introduction that I will say is that when me and Chris actually met each other, we just played a show a couple months ago at the Dom. We'll get to that another time, or during the podcast, I mean. But he came up to me, and he just said, "Hey, how's it going?" I said, "Good." He's like, "I'm Hawkeye." And I was like, "Hey, Hawkeye." And he's like, "It's true. I got lucky. My last name's actually Hawkeye, so my friends call me Hawkeye."
That's true.
And the whole night, I'm just like, there goes Hawkeye. Like you make a very strong first impression.
It's a built-in stage name. It's cool, My brother, who also plays in the band in the Infectors with me, he's kind of pissed because he's like, "Why do you get to use the name?" And I'm like, "I just came first, man. So that's what happened."
Big brother. Can I ask, if you don't mind, what background is Hawkeye?
Actually, we traced that down a few years ago because my family was curious, and then one of my exes years ago, she had an uncle or something that traced family lineages. That was his hobby, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a Ukrainian name on my dad's side, my great grandparents when they immigrated to Canada. It was actually something like Hawkeye. And so when they came here, somewhere that was lost in translation, and they're just like, "Yeah, Hawkeye, that's your new North American name. Welcome to Canada. You want to work? Come on in, man." And that's that. So it's just pure chance.
Nice. Has it been kind of a thing for you, since obviously your whole life, because you made a very big impression on me when you came up, because you're like, "I'm Hawkeye." Has it always been that way?
I think it started in the 7th grade in middle school. My art teacher was like, "Your last name's too cool, so I'm just gonna start calling you Hawkeye." And then everyone did. And I think like a year or two later is when I started playing music, and it just kind of worked. It was just that built-in stage name. And a lot of people like in old bands and stuff too, including like Jean, who's our lead guitarist now. When I first joined Machine Gun Dolly, we'll talk about that later, but. He's like, "Stop calling yourself Hawkeye. What's your actual name?" And I pulled up my driver's license, and he's like, "Dude, I just thought this was some lame nickname you gave yourself." So, yeah, I get that a lot. Or people will hear "hot guy" and think I'm just being some like cocky dick, you know?
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's like awkward sometimes too. But
I wish my last name was Hot Guy.
yeah, me too.
So 7th grade. Are you from Ottawa originally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Born and raised.
And you said you started playing in 2002, 2003?
Somewhere around there, yeah. I think my first band was in middle school with a bunch of guys. Didn't really know what punk rock was yet, still kind of discovering that. So we were doing a lot of pop punk stuff, Blink-182 and stuff like that. And then I remember I saw a Rancid video on George Stroumboulopoulos' The Punk Show on Much Music. It was Ruby Soho. And I was like, holy shit, what is this? Like, they've got mohawks, they've got these cool boots, they've got tattoos, and like, they don't look like rich kids or like guys pretending to be gangsters. And I love this music. It sounds amazing, And then that's what started everything for me, was that moment.
Cool. "Oh Come the Wolves" was that Rancid record. That's a big one, and that was a big one when I was younger too, because I always chalk that one in my mind whenever I listen to those songs. Ruby Soho. I can't even think of the other ones. Give 'em the boots, the roots. It always reminded me of theatrical stage. Like I could see a whole production of guys in like. I don't know why. It was just such big music. We were asking. I had a show the other night at Meow That's Hot, local establishment. Go buy a beer there. And we were sitting around a table and we were talking what got us into punk rock. Yours was "Out Come the Wolves" or Ruby Soho.
Yeah.
Which is a classic song.
Oh, yeah, that whole album's classic.
Mine was Bad Religion's "No Control."
Oh, that is such a good album, man. Yeah. That is such an unreal album. I still play that regularly. Like, it's just that raw 80s punk mixed with like that beautiful clean voice and his just intelligent lyrics. The first time I heard that, I was just blown away. I was like, what is this, man? Like, they're so technical too. I don't even know what to call Bad Religion. Like, some people call them skate punk, some people call them, it doesn't matter. They're just awesome, man. They're such a good band.
Yeah. Well, they've been around for 45 years or something like that. Formed in 81, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But like, geez.
The grandfathers of punk, and they're kind of looking at these days.
Yeah.
Poor Bad Religion. But anyway, getting back to Ruby Soho. So you've discovered punk rock and you just never looked back.
Never looked back, man.
Okay.
Never looked back. It just made so much sense to me. Like, my family doesn't have a lot of money. We weren't like super poor either, but we never had a lot of money. I never found any interest in that weird pretending to be like a gangster thing that was so popular back in the day. It's just like, it was all so fake. And then all of a sudden, here's these guys talking about real things and looking real. And I'm like, yeah, okay, this is for me, man. This is for me. I'm a blue collar guy from a blue collar family. It just made sense. I can't explain it other than that. I fell in love and I never looked back, man.
Mm-hmm. I find that punk rock, and it has been said many times, but it's very relatable.
Absolutely.
It's very honest. Well, if you find the right punk, it's very honest. It's very relatable. Around a certain age, you find it. It has just the right energy. It has just the right anger, the angst, the speed. And if you're aspiring to be a musician, you could listen to it and be like, I could probably play that.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the inspiring things too, where I was like, this is like possible. Like I feel like I could do this, I have things I want to say. I want to play music. And yeah, I took lessons for like, I don't know, a few lessons. And I was like, okay, I know how to do power chords. I'll figure the rest out later. And that was it, man. Like, self-taught since then. And now looking back, it was a terrible idea. I really need to get better, but
That's fine. Being the older brother and having your younger brother in the band, who's also, I guess, in the punk band, did he kind of follow in your footsteps, like, for music?
Oh, yeah.
I always find siblings are really good at sharing music. When I was a little kid, I have an older sister, and she loved, like, Corey Hart and Glass Tiger and all those Canadian bands, and I'm like, oh, this is music. And then when I found my own path, I kind of followed it, right? But I don't know. I guess he is just stuck the course with the punk rock as well.
Oh yeah, I chip off the old block like Mikey. So I think I first shaved my head into a mohawk. I think at the start of the 9th grade in high school, big mohawk. And I think he followed shortly after. He got into the music, hearing it from my room and everything, you know. And he was like rocking a mohawk in the 6th grade, man. Like,
Big Mo Hawkeye.
oh yeah, both of us. I think the highest mine ever was. It was just over a foot. It was like 14 inches. I think something. I had a duck going through doors. It was ridiculous, but it was cool. I had fun.
A lot of maintenance, though. No.
Oh yeah, ton of maintenance. Windy days and rainy days are not your friend. But it was fun, you know. Like I'm balding now, as you can nobody can see. Obviously, we're on a podcast. My head's shaved. Yeah, I just finally started balding. But you know, it's not one of those things that bothers me because I had so much fun when I was younger with my hair, man.
For sure. Well, knock on wood. I'm holding on.
Yeah.
So when you actually started putting some bands together and actually started, I don't know, I guess pounding the pavement and doing your thing, how did those early years go?
So my first like real punk band was called Perfect Patient. I was leaving 8th grade from middle school, going into high school, and there was a kid in the grade under me named Eric Stone, and he just approached me. I don't remember how, but he's just like, "Hey man, like, you look like you're into punk. So am I. Do you want to make a band? I'm a drummer." And I'm like, "Yeah, I just started playing guitar like a few years ago. Let's do that." And he's like, "Yeah, I got a friend who can play bass." And I was like, "I have a good friend who's really good at lead guitar." So the four of us got together. We had a guy named Spencer on vocals at first. He moved away though. We were like 15, I think, 14, 15.
Mm-hmm.
And we got another guy on vocals. I was just rhythm guitar and backing vocals originally. The second guy, we played a few shows with him, didn't work out, and then I ended up taking over main vocals and would play rhythm guitar now and then. And then, yeah, that band went on for a few years. We got to play some killer shows, especially given our age. We recorded a demo. I think I was 16 when we recorded that. And I'm still proud of that demo. It sounds really killer. It was a guy from Carleton University doing like recording school or whatever. And he's like, he just posted on like, I think it was like punkottawa.com. I need to record a band for my final thing. So do you like anyone who wants a 3-song demo? We're like, yeah, we do, but we have no idea what we're doing. He's like, I can help you out with that.
Cool.
And that's where I learned a lot of the basics of studio too. At 16 years old, this guy was teaching us, okay, this is how you do this. This is how you do this, you know, do the drums first, do all the rhythm first, then you do your leads, then it was all track by track, and it turned out really well. I still have copies of that. It's, yeah, it's cool. It's cool to look back and see how far, you know, I've come and everyone around me has come too. Yeah, and that's kind of how it all got started, I guess.
Well, you had mentioned a band you were in earlier in the podcast.
Like my first one?
No.
Oh, Perfect Patient?
No, then it was another one. Anyway, you might as well go to the next one.
So Perfect Patient, we played, we didn't know it was going to be our last show. It was just a show at DeCuff. And then it was like Paul, our lead guitarist, who had been my best friend since like birth, basically. He was heading off to school for some like heavy stuff like psychology, you know, because his parents are really pushing him into that. So he's like, "I'm sorry, I just can't commit." And I'm like, "Yeah, I completely get it, dude." He was older than all of us by like a year or two. And then our drummer Eric, phenomenal musician. He had really started. Yeah, sometimes it's fresh. He's one of those guys too that just like picks up a different instrument and masters it. Like he was a better guitarist than me in like 2 months. Like I'm not even kidding. But he was really hanging out with a lot of like the metal guys. Like metalcore was really big back then. A really cool guy, Mike Arata, used to actually come hang out at our jams, and he's a big metal guy. He played in Today I Caught the Plague, The Kindred. He was with Protest the Hero for a long time. Wow. And he gave us some great advice too, but then Eric really started hanging out with more his crew, and then Eric went and started kind of a band and more in that vein. So he's like, you know, I'm just kind of not feeling the punk thing anymore. So it was like me and like the bassist that we had hired to replace our last guy who'd been in the band for like 5 minutes. I'm like, well, I don't know that I can rebuild this band. And we lost our jam space. So anyway, that's all over. I figure, you know, maybe I don't have to be in a band. I was miserable after like 3 months. I'm like, I got to do something. So this is where my brother comes into the picture. I'm at home. I'm just frustrated. I'm like, I need to start a band. So I go to his room. It's like 2 steps from my room. Knock on the door. He happens to be jamming on his bass. I'm like, hey, man, you want to join my band? I think he's 14 at the time. He's like, okay, who's in it? I'm like, so far, me. If you want to be in, me and you.
So I'm putting the band back together.
Yeah, pretty well. He's like, yeah, okay, I'm down. Let me know what you figure out. I'm like, okay, cool. Then this guy, Mitch Brown, who I'm still friends with, he's a beauty guy. Shout out Mitch Brown. He's like, I'd met him through my previous band because he had come out to a bunch of shows, so we became friends. He's like, hey, he's like, yo, homie, I can't play any instruments, but I'll sing. I'm like, okay, this guy's got the
need one.
sparkle, I can tell. So okay, I'll just do guitar and backing vocals. I'm fine. We need a drummer. And then I forget who suggested it. There was this guy, Andrew. There was this massive house party months before, like one of those things from the movies that gets completely out of control. And he was like really drunk or something and like trying to plastic sword fight people. And my buddy Scotty punched him and threw him down the stairs. And he's like, yeah, I think that guy plays drums. So I like messaged him, like, yo, I hear you play drums. Want to join our punk band? And he's like, yeah, I'm in. And we were all probably around 18, 19, that kind of age. And that band, the 0 Hours, went on to become the 0 Hours. We were just a pure street punk band. And that band was a miracle in so many ways because we had no business playing the shows we did. We were, with the exception of my brother, who was still much younger than us, we were all drunk and on drugs all of the time. We were constantly infighting. It was chaos all of the time. When we recorded, we had 2 technically full albums. They were both disasters because it was just every mistake you could make. And yet we were still getting offered shows left, right, and center. That band still makes no sense to me to this day. Some of our songs are really great. Yeah, that's what happened there.
People enjoy chaos.
I guess so. And I guess it was
It's
just
infectious.
sort of right place at the right time. There was still a lot of street punk stuff going on. We had the right image. We had the right sound. So yeah, we got it. Like, yeah, we opened some pretty big shows. We played with the Casualties and the Crumb Bums. I'm trying to think of who else. A lot of house party shows. 62 and a Half Bell was a wicked punk house on Bell Street North. Yeah, we had a lot of, or Bell Street South, sorry. Yeah, we had a lot of fun there. And then it all imploded. Egos got in the way between me and the drummer mostly. We buried
Ego and Vice.
Ego and Vice, yeah. We had both going on in that band. And then that band just imploded. But funny enough, so this is actually leading into the next one. Mm-hmm. We used to open for a band called Machine Gun Dolly all the time. We'd play with them, and there was a band from Montreal called Subsistence. They would come down. The Nummies from Ottawa, we used to play with them all the time. And Jesse, who was the bassist in Machine Gun Dolly, had approached me at their CD release that we had opened, and he's like, hey, man, we were a 3-piece, but we were always supposed to be a 4-piece. Do you want to join? And I was like, I want to because I love you guys, but I'm like, I didn't have the time. After the band broke up a few months later, I just messaged him. I'm like, hey, man, if that offer's still open, he's like, yeah, we'll set up a tryout for you. They gave me 3 songs to learn. And then I ended up joining MGD, and I was with them for like 8 or 9 years. And that's actually Mark and Jean from The Infectors now. That's where I met those guys. We played together for a long time.
I think that was the band that you had mentioned earlier.
Yeah, yes.
Machine Gun Dolly.
That one probably we did the most with. Like I did my first tour with that band. We recorded a full-length album, track by track. That turned out really well. We did some really cool, bigger shows in Ottawa. We started getting a following outside Ottawa.
That's cool. That's all you really look for, right? So what happened there?
So Machine Gun Dolly, yeah, just broke up for all kinds of bullshit reasons that I don't even want to get into. Just bad shit. And after that, like I was trying to finish my apprenticeship in construction. You know, I just wanted to get my life together. So music was kind of on the back burner. We were still, sort of jamming right before the band went out. Mark and Jean were just getting tired of stuff, and they went to go do like sort of a side project band. I forget which one they ended up joining at the time. I know Jean was playing with like an oi band called, I think they were Ironside was their original, I think. Mm-hmm. They changed their name a few times, or Ape City or something like that. And then I was just like, after the band split and everything went down, I was just so disillusioned with everything. I didn't pick up a guitar. I don't even think I went to a show for like 5 years. I was just so disillusioned with everything. Everything that I believed in and thought punk was about was just, I just couldn't believe in it anymore. Like I had a crisis of faith, I guess. And I didn't know what to do with my life. And I just I started drinking more because my hobby was gone. I started kind of losing myself. And so right before Infectors started, I was like 2 weeks away from like just selling my amp, selling my guitars, just, fuck it, I'm not a musician anymore. It is what it is. Mark calls me up. We'd been hanging out during COVID, like just at a distance in his backyard because he was losing his mind too. And he lives in like real close to me. I'm in Canada. He's in Old Barhaven. So he's like, yeah, we just hung out in his backyard with him and his partner Siobhan. She's awesome too. So Jen and I went over and he's like, hey man, the band I was with didn't work out. I'm thinking of starting something new. What do you think? I'm like, sure, why not? Maybe we'll jam. Didn't really think anything of it. And he's got this cool shed in his backyard, and he's like, we're gonna convert this, and I'm gonna turn it into a jam space. So we re-drywalled it, re-insulated it. His father-in-law is like retired electrician, so he split the 240 going into two 120s, so we got all the power out there, and we've just built it up, man. And then, we're like, yeah, okay, like we're having fun jamming again. Let's maybe put a band together. So once again, call up my brother. Hey man, you want to play bass? He hasn't done anything in like over a decade. He's like, yeah, I'm in, man. Like we had a beer with Mark. I introduced them to each other, and then we were a 3-piece for a bit, but we're like, I'm not a lead guitarist. I'm a sham of a guitarist. I will admit that right here. I'm a sham of
You're
a
a
guitarist.
fraud? You're a fraud.
I am a complete fraud, but as long as you do it with confidence, it's okay. It works out,
I think most of us are frauds.
Most of us, but that's where Jean comes in. So he was already in another band. He was actually playing with Clayton in Society. They're called Society. And Clayton used to play with like Four Stroke and the Rookers and stuff, as well as Jean's brother-in-law and some other cool guys. But I guess they weren't super active. And Mark's like, I'm going to ask him to join. I'm like, he just had a kid. He's in another band. There's no way. But we had to go pick up some old gear from him. It was old PA speakers. So we go, and Mark's just like, hey, man, we have a new band. You want to join? And John's just like, yeah, okay, I'm in. I was like, what? What do you mean? Like, he's like, our band's not too busy right now anyway. And yeah, so that's how the Infectors got started. It was just complete fluke.
Cool. And I was looking on, I do a little bit of research when it comes down to the guests that I have on. And I think the very first Instagram post was on June 2024. Are we in the ballpark here?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think because we were jamming for a while, just trying to get some songs together before we have an online presence. I find a lot of bands rush. Like, they'll have a picture of the band, they'll have a name, no recordings, no merch, no nothing. So the way I've always looked at it is you get one chance to make an impression, right? So at least have something for people to listen to.
Yeah, and I think based off of that post, it had said that you had some music already. And
Did we record
I think your first EP was released. First Instagram post was June 2024, and then your EP, Get Infected, came out on Spotify, as per Spotify, July 14th, 2024.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, we went into the studio, got that done, and like I said, like we wanted to have something for people to listen to. This is actually back to Wisdom. Mike Arati, from Protest the Hero and all that back in the day, told me the worst thing you can do is impress people at a show or with a release of any kind, and there's nothing for them to take with them, right? Because you sort of lose that first impression that's so important, right? But if you have something you can give them, even a demo or a shirt, even if the demo is just a burned CD that you wrote your band's name on, they have something, right?
Merch is kind of an important thing, especially if they like you. Yeah, I agree with that. Not everyone has physical copies of things these days. Most punk bands don't really have the money to press vinyl. But I know what you mean. But T-shirts, you can do that. You can make your own T-shirts.
Absolutely.
Can't make your own records. Well, maybe you can.
Yeah. Well, we don't have any physical releases of the records yet.
No.
There's just free EPs online. We are going to do a vinyl next year. That's the plan. And yeah, it is expensive. That's why we're waiting.
It's expensive. Plus, you can't return. You can't get a return on the investment for the amount of money you pay. Like, you may sell them all. You may. But it's going to take you a long time.
Yeah.
So it's money. It's more of just like, I got it. You know what I mean? And then it looks good. It looks great on a merch table.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also figuring out.
It's hard to recoup, man.
Oh, it is. And we just, if we recoup, cool. We don't expect to. That's not, if any of us were playing for money or fame or any of that, I wouldn't be playing punk rock. I'd be playing radio rock, man. Even that, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
the whole industry's hurting right now, man.
There's no future in this.
Well,
it's all a passion project.
What do you get for like 1,000 streams, like a fraction of a penny or something?
No, I could add up the amount of money I have in my bank account right now, which is not the greatest amount. Is probably less. It's probably more than the money I've made in my entire career playing music. Easy.
Easy. If you balance cost versus
But the beauty of it is I've always had a career, right? And music, I don't call music a hobby. I don't, because it means more to me than a hobby.
Oh, absolutely.
Hobby is when you paint things.
Yeah.
I don't know. You go outside and you paint rocks or something. Music is not painting rocks to me. It's fucking my life, right?
Same here.
But that being said, I have a career. I've always had a career. I never wanted to give it up because I knew music in punk rock, for me anyway. It's like that 1 millionth of a chance you'd ever kind of make a living off of it. It's just like I wasn't taking the gamble, but I could still fucking have fun.
Absolutely. And I mean, your priorities change as you get older too. Like when I was 16, 17 in the fullest of my street punk years, and all I wanted to do was hop in a van and just tour for the rest of my life, you know? And I was like, I don't want to make it rich. I just want to make just enough money to pay my bills and tour. And now I'm old and I like having a roof over my head and I like my creature comforts. You know, I don't mind touring and stuff too, but like, you know.
Short and close. I would never do it again. Like sleep on the floor of someone's house or no. I've been there. I've done it, and no, it's like, but think of the experience. No.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people who say like, "Oh, think of the experience," and that's people that never toured before. Like people like, "Oh, it must be so fun. You see all these cities." I'm like, "No, I see the back alleys and the back stages and maybe the fast food joints because like you have no time. You get there, you unload, you know, you do your sound check. You might have like an hour to hang out or something, and then it's basically showtime. Like you're not off exploring."
I've made amazing memories and amazing times, and touring has been a huge chunk of who I am. Will I do it all over again? No, I'm done. A tour now is to Toronto and Kingston and back, and maybe to Montreal, and then back. Oh, you mean we get to Montreal's close? We can come home again, and then we can go out again, and that's it. Maybe like a weekend warrior type of thing. I'm not going on any extended shit. I'm not doing it anymore.
No, and that's totally fair, man. Like once you've done it, you know, you either love it or hate it, or you just kind of tolerate it. But it's kind of part and parcel if you know that's the direction you want to go. But there's nothing wrong with being weekend warriors either. That's basically what we're doing now. You know, two of the guys are dads. We gotta be really smart about our time and what shows we take. We do want to get out of town sooner than later, but we'll see how she goes. You know?
Yeah, I'm single and I have no kids, and I don't want to do it. Okay, so you've played a lot of shows. I think your first show with the Infectors says here was at the Dom, August 22nd, 2024, with Dirt Nap?
Yeah.
Was that the first one?
Yeah, that sounds right.
How did it go, finally?
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. We actually weren't even expecting to play that show. Our buddy Moik, who plays guitar in Bomb Squad, he puts on shows sometimes, and he's like, you know, I was just talking with him, and yeah, we'll be doing some shows soon. And he's like, hey, listen, guys, I know this is out of nowhere, and it was somewhat last minute. This was a few weeks before, and he's like, I just got this show putting on for these guys. They're friends of mine. Do you want to take it? We had no merch. I don't remember. Yeah, I think the recording had just come out or something. And we weren't fully ready, but we're like, yeah, fuck it, we'll just do it. And it actually turned out really well. We did well. You know, obviously made some mistakes. You get the first show jitters, but it was good. Great bands. It was a good night. It was a good night.
Cool. Yeah, first shows with a new band. I've been in the same band forever, so I don't really remember, but I kind of remember. You had a gig at the 27 Club with DOA that was canceled.
Oh, that sucks.
What happened?
Yeah, so Spectre Sonic reached out and they're like, hey man, do you guys want to open for DOA? And we're like, of fucking course we want to open for DOA. That's wicked. They were doing their tour. I think they were going, I don't know if it was across Canada or just the province, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there was a festival or something in Quebec they were playing. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, like 2 days before the show, Sean Scallon reached out and he's like, yeah, I'm really sorry. He's like, Joey Shithead, their singer and guitarist, he's like, yeah, he hurt his neck or something, so he's out for 2 days. So they canceled Ottawa and Montreal, right? But I mean, the guy's like gotta be, God, like 60 at least, you know.
He's gotta be older than that.
That guy gets a pass, man. If he hurt his neck and can't play, like that guy's not a shrinking violet. You know, he's allowed to cancel shows. That's fine.
DOA was the first show that I went back after COVID to see at the Dom.
Oh, no way.
And I got COVID.
Oh, no, that sucks. Oh, that sucks hard.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was DOA. There's worse bands to catch COVID.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Anyway, and then you had a gig with the Dayglow Abortions.
Yeah, that was
Canadian
really cool.
Fucking sleaze punk legends.
I feel like that might have been Moik that put that one on too. I could be wrong about that. I'd have to check, but
that was like a Christmas show, December 21st, 2024.
Yeah. That was a phenomenal show. We had a lot of fun. I mean, it's the Dayglow Abortions. Those guys have been around since the dawn of time, just killing it. They kill it every time. Every show they play. Like I've seen those guys play to rooms of 3 people, and they give the same show. I mean, and that's the mark of a professional band. When you can give that same energy and show to 3 people or 3,000 people. Yeah, but just amazing. Really nice dudes too. And I just want to throw it out there. I didn't know, like I didn't know who their drummer was on this tour. We didn't realize at first the guy was visually impaired, blind as a drummer, and that guy was phenomenal.
Wasn't Jesus Bonehead, was it?
I don't know who it was, man. I don't know who it was.
I had a horrifying story about Dayglow Abortions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I'm from Thunder Bay originally, and there was there was a legendary bar there called Crocs and Rolls. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. There was like a movie made about it. I was in the movie.
No way. That's cool.
I was in the movie. I can give you a link. I saw Dayglow Abortions, had an X on my hand because we were kids. We were allowed in. It was like a fucking...
I remember those days, yeah.
Yeah, and Jesus Bonehead was the drummer for the Dayglow Abortions, and he was old then. I swear to God, he was old then. He had a big handlebar mustache, long hair, and he was completely naked except for a tutu. And like halfway through the set, he stood up on his drum throne. He turned around and he mooned. He flipped his tutu up and he mooned the crowd. But his ball sack was like, it got like stuck between his knees. It was the most horrifying thing like a 14-year-old kid could ever see.
Behold, time comes for us all, my friend.
Jesus Boneheads, fucking swinging ball sack.
Yeah, I barely remember anyone's names, but no, it definitely wasn't him because it was a younger guy.
I'm having a little problem here. Anyway,
yeah, no,
trauma.
Those guys were phenomenal, and that was a great show. Actually, what I do remember about that show, though, we had one of our favorite sound guys working, whose name is also Mike. He's awesome. And just for whatever reason, and I fully blame this on the gear at the Dom. I love the Dom, but they do not have the best sound equipment. My voice was not coming through those monitors at all. So there's 1 or 2 videos from that show floating around on YouTube that I've seen, and you can hear me pushing my voice to the point where it's not even distorted anymore. It's just coming out as almost a croak. And it was so bad. But hey, that's show business, baby. That happens, you know. So you just
show must go on.
Yes, sir.
Show must go on. So you kept going. You've played Avant-Garde. You played the Dom with us with my band Goat.
Yeah, man.
We played with the Penske File.
Yeah, it was a fun show.
That was a fun show. You just played a show at the Dom. It was the no-name show Jenny Wu Presents.
Oh yeah, dude. We just played that Saturday.
2 days ago.
Oh my God, that was fucking awesome, man. Like what? That is one of the most fun shows I've played in years, honestly. All of the bands were so talented, such nice people. There was no egos in there. Like, it was just amazing. And, like, I thought the show was going to be a washout because of the weather, but so many people still turned out. Yeah. And we had such a great night. And so Lemkotze from Germany were the headliners. They were doing a small Canadian tour. And so like we agreed to lend them our amps, even drum breakables, whatever they need, right? Because like for anyone who doesn't know, shipping music gear overseas on a plane is ridiculously expensive. So totally get that. And they were so thankful that we let them use their stuff. They brought us an actual bottle of Jaeger and peppermint schnapps from the fatherland, man. So we've got the real deal.
Fatherland.
Yeah, man, we've got the real deal. So I promised them I would take a picture of us drinking that. And then Self Control, hardcore band from Montreal, formed in '89. I was born in '89. Okay, watching those guys. It was like watching a conductor who's done things for years. It was beauty in motion, man. Those guys everything just felt so natural and yet rehearsed at the same time. I can't explain it. And then Jenny Wu, I mean, she's awesome. You should have her on. She's really cool. She's been all over the world doing different Oi projects with huge artists in that sphere.
Rich is in that band, isn't he?
Yep. Yeah, he is. And she was like, "Oh yeah, we only jammed twice with because I've only seen her acoustically, and so I never saw her with the full band." And she's like, "Yeah, we only jammed twice," and like you would never know that. It looked like they've been playing for years together. They were amazing. The whole show, phenomenal. Diz from No Name Show and Pills Records, he always puts on a great show. Everything is well organized. He's an awesome dude too. So, yeah, nothing but good things to say, man.
So, and now you have a show coming up with Stage Riot Productions.
Yes.
In Carleton Place.
Yeah, because you guys played there, a few months back, you were saying, eh?
We played there twice.
Oh, did you?
I did. So Tyler called me, and he's just like, "Do you want to play this thing for the all ages and the kids and stuff like that?" I said, "Fucking right. That sounds great." Because Goat does not usually say no to shows. We'll play anywhere. We'll play in your kitchen. If you said, "I'm throwing a gig in my kitchen tomorrow,"
That's
I'd be
the
like,
way to do it,
"We're
man.
there."
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do
It's
it.
that old school fucking mentality, I think.
Did you guys play there in September with Stage Riot, like out in Carleton Place?
I think so. We played one at the community center there.
Yeah, and then there was like an outdoor one he was doing.
And yeah, I did that one too.
Yeah, we were supposed to. He actually invited us to that last minute, but we just couldn't pull it together. We had too much going on. So then he's like, "Okay, we'll do a show in November." So that's the one coming up. Our good buddies from Uncle Depressant are coming down with us.
Oh, I like Uncle Depressant.
Oh, those guys are beauties, man. Like I've known since like pretty much I got into the scene. Like he's just a beauty. He was actually drumming for Jenny Wu this past weekend too. Oh. So yeah, he's that guy has played in so many bands. But anyway, yeah, so they're coming out with us, and then we got Velvet Veil. They're fairly new, young kids, really good music. I heard some of their stuff, and I asked them, I'm like, "This is really good. How old are you guys?" And they're like, "Oh, we're between like 14 and 17." I'm like, holy shit, I wish I sounded that good at like 14. Man.
Kids today are very good though. Like I don't remember being even a quarter of as good as some of those kids are.
Oh, for sure.
When I was that age, I was like ding ding ding.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, or like 3 power chords together, and I can kind of play it in time. Yeah.
Is it the internet? Is it the water they're drinking? Like I don't know what it is these days.
It's probably just the accessibility, right? Because back in the day, like when I was learning guitar, it's like you could go online and look up the tabs, but like YouTube wasn't the thing yet, so you can't sit there and have someone show you every part and like, the little tricks and stuff,
techniques,
exactly.
How to do this
exactly. So you had to figure it out yourself. And then a band called It Shines, brand new. I think this might be their first show coming out. They're a 2-piece from the East End, so we've got some brand new faces and we got some old men too out there. So really looking forward to it. This is the kind of show that like my first band started with.
Yeah.
We were out in the West End. We didn't know anyone downtown. We didn't know anything about anything. So we would just like set up shows at, like community centers, the veteran halls, people's basements, whatever. Yep. And we had this huge following just started happening because kids are like, "Oh my God, something's happening out here." And I'm hoping that that's exactly what's happening out there.
That is genuine like interest and buzz and just energy.
Yeah, for sure.
And the older you get, you kind of lose that crowd, right? Because your crowd gets older and boring and domesticated.
I don't move like I did when I was 16, man. I don't move like that anymore. But Tyler told us too he's going to do it old school, no stage this time. We're doing it right on the ground, man. So
there you go.
I'm loving it. I can't wait for this show, man.
I always, those foam microphone covers for 58s. I always use them, even if I'm on a stage, because I've had floor microphones scary. Kids are fucking going.
Oh, I know.
Man, you lose your 2 fronts, man.
I got great benefits at work, so I'm good. I'm covered.
Still, I get the foam thing, and if it bounces, it's like okay.
Yeah, but if you're bleeding out of your mouth, it's more punk rock. It's cool. You gotta keep the dream alive for the kids, I gotta pretend to be a tough guy sometimes, at least.
I don't know. Chew a blood capsule. So Yeah, the Stage Right show coming up. I forgot to mention that on March 18th, 2025, you released Contagious Frequency, which was the latest Infectors EP.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that one. So we've been seeing this guy Chris Ferris, really awesome dude. He's like friends of two guys that I knew from high school. All the guys that I knew from back in the day that were doing production are just kind of out of the game or they're out of town or whatever. So I just like, it's one of those things on Facebook. Hey man, who's recording right now? Who's doing what? And Nathan and Kyle, who play in sort of like a radio style band here, rock band called Traveler. Really nice guys, phenomenal musicians. They're like, hey, our bassist Chris is, he has a studio at home, CFS Audio. So I talked to Chris. I said, are you interested in this? He's like, yeah, for sure. So we did a little pre-prod. I think we might be the first like punk band he's worked with. So he's like, okay. So we did that first demo. And then after when we did the second EP, he's like, okay, I know exactly what you guys are looking for. He dialed it in and you can hear the sound difference between the demo and the EP. And we're just like, this is it. Don't change anything. So like when we go back in December for the next EP that we're starting, we're going to do that same process again. Like it's just, he nailed it. And we're actually doing like a mix of like, we're doing live off the floor for all the rhythm. And then what Jean will do is like, instead of doing his leads, he'll just double up a rhythm part. Mm-hmm. And then we'll do a track by track on all his leads. And then he'll double those up. And then we do the vocals and everything else track by track. And having that rhythm live off the floor, I find captures a little bit of that energy and a little bit of that chaos from live. Because that's really what's driving punk. It's the live energy. And I find a lot of times if an album is done too well, you almost lose some of that. So I think he really hit a nice balance there.
Well, that's digital recording, right? Everything's separate.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a nice thing, too, is we're not using tape like the old days where you got to sit there with a razor blade on a cinder block. And
nice yes and nice no, right?
Yeah, there's good and bad to everything, my friend. There's good and bad to everything.
So other than the recording new music, what does 2026 look like for the Infectors?
Well, so we've already basically been talking about it. We're going to do a vinyl of some sort, a full length. We want to do a full pullout with lyrics and all that, but we'll see, right? Because as you know, pressing a vinyl and all that is very time consuming and very expensive. But we will be doing a full record. That is the main goal of 26. And just to start really building as many fans here as we can. Diz just approached us this past weekend at the show. It was pretty funny. He came over to me and he's like, he almost sounded like angry or like super serious. He's like, hey man, he's like, do you guys have any shows booked out of town right now? I'm like, no, why? He's like, every time I book you guys, all the out of town bands are like, who are these guys and why are they not touring? So I'm like, well, just, we're trying to do it. We figured start at home first. But he's like, no, we got to get you guys out of here. We got to get you guys out of here. So I think we're going to try to hit up some out of town shows too. But, two of the guys are dads. So we got to use our time wisely and pick our shows. But definitely we want to at least hit up, Montreal, Toronto, do the Golden Triangle, as I call it.
Well, I've brought up on this podcast a million times, Ottawa is a great home base for everything around it because it's close to everything.
It is. It's great for that. 2 hours down the road, you're in Montreal, 3.5, 4, you're in Toronto, and the GTA, all the surrounding areas, have always been really good to us throughout the years. So
cool.
Hopefully that's still going to come. And then, we'll just take things as they come. I don't think we ever really set out with a plan. It was just kind of like, let's see where it takes us,
Cool. Before we play 13 questions with the band, my rapid question fire game, briefly, could you give a proper shout out to the rest of the Infectors, who's in it and where they are, and maybe just a quick thank yous to who you need to thank?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't thank every band in the city.
Okay.
Please.
Fine, take away all the fun. No,
man.
No, I mean I could sit here forever. No, so we got Mark Simpson. He's on drums. Played in Machine Gun Dolly with me. Known him for a long time. My brother, Michael Hawkeye, or Mad Mike as we call him, because he sings that one song for us. He's playing bass and backing vocals, and then Jean Longtang is our lead guitarist. Once again, played in Machine Gun Dolly with him for a long time. So that's the main band. Then we've got our boy Chris Ferris, CFS Audio. He does all our recording. He's our producer extraordinaire. Our friend Michelle Craig. Mark's been friends with her since high school. She did our original green logo and sort of does our graphic design for us. And then my buddy Andrew Discerny, AJ Discerny, he's a tattoo apprentice right now. He actually did the artwork for Contagious Frequency. He's going to be doing our artwork going forward, and he just tatted my legs, both of my legs. So really great guy. I think that sums up like the immediate crew. Shout out to my fiance Jennifer too, who she comes and sells merch for us at most of the shows when she's able, which is awesome to have that support.
It's good to have a merch person.
Yeah, and I mean, Jean Marc's partners as well. Like, when they're away, especially for like Jean with 2 young kids, they're like 2 and 4. His wife's taken on all that responsibility, and that is huge for us. That she's willing to make that sacrifice to let him go do what he's got to do. Right. So,
If you're a partner and you come see your partner's band, you will be asked to watch the merch table.
yeah,
Don't act surprised.
Well, I mean, we if we're not on stage, we're so old now. We just hang out by the merch table most of the time.
Well, when you're playing, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
just part of the game.
That's the rules, man. Unwritten rules of the road.
So word to the wise, you will be asked. Anyway, are you ready to play 13 questions?
I think so, man. I'm gonna fuck this up, but let's do it.
Time for 13 questions with the band. Yes, this segment's back again. It's called 13 questions, but I only asked 6, maybe 5.
Okay, we're going to play 13 questions with Chris Hawkeye.
Let's do it.
From the Infectors. Now, I have to say, I always say this, but there may be some first-time listeners. It's called 13 questions with the band. I don't ask all 13. I ask from the 13.
Okay.
And it's my choice of which ones I want to ask. Anyway, here's a classic. First question. What was the first physical music you ever bought, whether it be a tape, CD, or record?
It was
With your own money, mind you.
It was a CD, and I believe I don't remember how old I was. I think I was in the 5th or 6th grade, and I think it was Our Lady Peace's. What the hell was that? Something Machine. I forget what it's called.
So do I.
Great album though. Great album. Great band.
Cool. What was the first live concert you ever saw?
So funny enough, going back to that, it was 8th grade. I went to go see Our Lady Peace with Finger 11 back when they were still like a new metal band. And the middle act was the Trailer Park Boys doing stand-up.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, that was at the old Civic Center.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was actually not too bad. Not a super embarrassing concert for a first one.
Nice. Okay. If the Infectors could open for any band or artist, who would you choose?
That's fucking impossible. There's so many, man. I think right now, probably Bishop's Green. That band is so sick. Great oi band from the West Coast. I would love to play with those guys. But that's just off the top of my head. I mean, I could name like 20 others.
Cool. In the city right now, who would you love, if you had a show tomorrow, who would you love to open for you?
Ooh. That's a good question. I want to play... I want to check out Alley Beers. I haven't been able to check those guys out yet, and I mean, I feel like we should be opening for them. But hey, this is fantasy, so they get to open for us, and yeah, I'm going to say Alley Beers.
Good choice. I just played a show with Alley Beers.
Oh, no, wait. Well, one of their guys just did sound for us on Saturday. He was awesome.
Which one?
I now can't remember his name, of course. It's, because I'm on the spot. That's how it goes.
No problem. Okay. Have you ever asked anyone for an autograph?
I just did on Saturday when Lamb Kotze, we had finished up the show. I bought one of their vinyls, and I asked them to sign it. So I have a signature from all of them just to remember the night.
Cool. Has anyone ever asked you for an autograph?
Yeah, weirdly enough. The only one that really stands out, and this was like with my first band. I was like 16 coming out of the old washrooms in the old food court at the Rito Center. And it was like 11 p.m. and I was about to either go to a show or go home from a show or something. And these random young kids, or even younger than me, like 14, they're like, "Are you the guy from Perfect Patient?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Hey, can we have your like signature autograph?" I was like, "What?" Like, I've like been a band for 5 minutes. I'm like 16 years old. Yeah, sure, man. I'll do it for you.
Yeah. It's weird, right? I've been asked for my autograph, and I'm always like,
yeah, it's strange, right? It's a weird, yeah.
I've always had like stupid little stage handles and shit. So I always write some different. I've never written my own name in my life on shit. Yeah. In the Riptides, I'm Mikey Voodoo, but MV. That's all I do.
Yeah, that's wicked. Hey, you gotta have fun with it too.
Okay. What is your favorite song today?
Today. Oh, man. You do not make this fucking easy. Favorite song today. What was I listening to earlier? I was listening to Cockspur, so we'll say Take 'Em All. That's gonna be my favorite song for today.
Classic. Okay. Chris Hawkeye, the movie. Who would you like to play you?
Oh man, it's got to be something so ridiculous. Like I feel like it's got to be like Samuel L. Jackson or something, you know, just like totally doesn't fit the role. No, I think, fuck, I don't know. Oh man, that's. I think I'd have to go with like one of the guys from the like all those Seth Rogen movies that were happening for a while, like Michael Cera and like Jonah Hill and all that. I feel like any one of those, you know, James Gandolfini, like one of those guys, you know, like just for the comedy effect. But yeah, I don't think I could pick like a serious actor to play me. There's nothing serious about my life, not these days.
Anyway, good. That's a good choice. Someone from the Judd Apatow. No, that's King of the Hill.
Yeah.
No, Judd Apatow. That's
Judd
like
Apatow?
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh,
and-
yeah. Oh,
Is that-
Steve Carell. Man, if Steve Carell could play me, that would be dope.
There you go. Steve Carell. Okay, a couple more questions. If you could have a drink or a meal with any artist, living or dead, who would it be?
That's easy. It's Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead, and we'd be just having whiskey and cigarettes, and that would be an awesome night, just talking rock and roll, man.
Because that's double-sided, because Lemmy is dead,
Yeah.
but he'll also live forever.
Wow. Yeah, because Lemmy's God.
That's right.
This guy gets it.
Okay, last question. Who is Chris Hawkeye?
A work in progress, man. A work in progress. That's what I am, you know. It's crazy looking back at all the old days and see how far you've come sometimes, you know. I just think about that sometimes if I have a rare quiet moment. I don't know how else to answer that, man. Just a work in progress. I'm a passenger, as Iggy Pop said.
Cool. Well, I want to thank you for coming to Southwood Studio and being on Ego and Vice. It was a pleasure talking to you,
Thanks
getting
for
to know
having
you a
me,
little bit
man.
better.
It's been fucking awesome.
I'm really looking forward to 2026 and all it has to hold for the Infectors, which I will keep my ear and eye on. And Goat and us, we should do something.
Absolutely, or Riptides, or Goat, or whatever, man. Like you let me know. We'll figure something out. Absolutely.
Yes, a Goat is a for sure thing. Riptides, I don't know if they're going to get off the couch in 2026. We'll see.
I just didn't want to exclude them. I love those guys. I love you guys too.
That's okay. They love themselves. Hey, man, if I didn't have Goat, anyway.
Yeah.
you
That's
know-
a conversation for another time.
Yeah, I should probably not put that on there. Anyway. So thank you so much for being on the podcast, and all the best.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you so much.
This one goes out to all our friends that aren't here anymore, and they fucking should be.
Been fighting for so long, but been hanging in all the while. Thought about suicide, but it's really not my style. Know that I
I'd like to thank Hawkeye for being on Ego and Vice. Great conversation, great band, a lot of fun, really nice dude. Hopefully we'll play a show again sometime in the future. If you want to get a hold of me, you can always reach me at egoandvice@gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of Vic or Max, egoandvice@gmail.com. Actually, we're going to have individual emails pretty soon for Southie Stories and Southhood Stereo. So stay tuned for that. If you want to listen to any of the podcasts in the Ego and Vice universe, go to egoandvicepodcast.com. It is the Fortress of Solitude, the hub, the HQ for all things Ego and Vice. So, again, thank you so much, Hawkeye, and thank you so much to you, the good listener. Ego and Vice rolls on. We'll see you next time.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.
Born and raised in South G, babe. Lower class punk ass, I was north